Are you listening?
Good morning, everybody, here and in private chat. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, that was the wrong chat.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be back. But nope, you just accidentally got the wrong chat. That was hilarious. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So happy to see you guys all.
Good morning, everybody. It's
That's
good
right.
to be here.
Yeah, good to be here. We got a fresh, clean-shaven youngster named Coogie Dude, who's probably, 30 years old?
Yeah, about that.
About
that. Yeah. I'm reliving my young adulthood, reliving it.
Right? I tell you. Yeah, your 49ers cup and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know, 2024 started out really bad for me.
2024 it just sucked in the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yep. It is. Even the end of 23, it was bad for me.
Right.
So,
like you were in the hospital on your birthday. I mean, that sucks.
Yes. I was in and Christmas and New Year's.
Yep.
And Super Bowl Sunday and all the playoffs.
Jeez.
Yep. I was in the hospital so long I forgot what my house looked like.
Yeah.
Couldn't picture it. Now I can't do anything because I can't lift anything. I can only lift about 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. 20
Because
that's a lot.
That's because I got my stent in my heart.
Right.
And where I do dialysis. And I can't afford to rip that because it could get affected and then I could die. So
you just want to take it easy.
Right, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it easy. I mean, I do what I can,
Right.
I still got my walker that I'm trying to wean off, but I'm just taking one day at a time,
One day at a time, for sure. You need to relax that brain of yours, Forget about the hospital. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Just throw away the bill when it comes in the mail. No kidding.
It's already come in the mail.
I just
stick it under the carpet. That way I don't see it.
I throw them in file 13.
Yeah.
File 13.
Yep.
In a secret place.
Yeah, when I was in Hearthstone, I got my bill for that, and it's 15 pages long.
Jeez.
Yeah. And they charge me for every little thing. Every time I used a tissue, they charged me.
Jeez. Yeah. I remember one time I went into the doctor's for a strep throat a long time ago. They charged me $85 just to hand me a pill.
Yeah.
Yep.
The medical, they have it made in the shade.
Yeah, their bills are just outrageous. When it shouldn't have, and when I don't think it should have to be so outrageous.
Right. It doesn't have to be outrageous, but it is. And there's a lot that goes into it. And like some of the stuff is insurance is kind of a problem to why the bills are outrageous and people not paying their bills help make those outrageous. But there's greed on the side. So there's like a whole mix of stuff to reasons why the hospital bills are outrageous.
I think it's mostly just that greed.
Greed.
Yeah. Well, when your doctor pulls up to the hospital in a Ferrari, then you know.
Oh yeah.
What about your Ferrari?
Yeah, I don't have a Ferrari.
Oh, you finally sold it?
Yeah.
Like the hospital bills are too damn high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Mm.
Yeah. Then I got all my practitioners that I got to go see. I got to see my urologist, my neurologist, my nephrologist. You know, I got to see all them.
I probably owe the hospitals probably
Yeah.
about two grand, if not more.
Right. Sorry, kitty on screen. She really wanted my lap for some reason.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know what my hospital bill is. It's close to 100,000, I think.
Ooh,
I wouldn't doubt it.
But
that should be your paycheck, not a bill.
I know.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Say hello to some people in chat. Oh man. Let's see. Hello, Brian Fish. Hello, welcome to the show. You rock. You're awesome. Thank you for tagging along. Not a fat. Well, good morning. Good morning. James Willis, the best subscriber ever. He's a subscriber. His name is James. James Willis. Woo-woo.
James Willis. Good morning, James.
James
Good morning,
says,
buddy in chat.
Says I had a couple of Ferraris at one time, probably Hot Wheels.
I never
The
had.
kitty's name. This is Liliana.
Liliana.
Liliana. She's a kitty. She goes meow meow because she's a kitty.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her to get off of my lap, but like she wants attention. Like I don't know why. Like she's got food and everything. I don't know what she's begging for, but whatever.
She's begging for affection.
Begging for affection. No, maybe because the door of the bedroom's closed because I close it when we stream, so I don't wake up the wife so easily.
Yeah.
She wants outs.
So, what you up to today, Mr. Cookie Dude?
Today is a day of relaxation.
Today is a day of relaxation. That's right.
Yeah.
Prop up those feet. Turn on the UFL. Watch something sweet.
Yep. Yep. Watch something sweet. I might venture into the office. I haven't really been in there since November.
Go in the office.
Yeah.
I remember how to play some sweet music.
Yeah. Well, I haven't forgotten that. I just everything's too heavy for me to move around anymore.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
We have yogurt and cheese for our fur babies. Nice. So those cats, mice, are those names of dogs? Are those names of guinea pigs? Let's see. So we have a topic today. The topic today.
What's the card of the day?
Yeah, let's get to the card of the day, Hillbilly. How dare you not remind me what the card of the day is? What is the card of the day? Did we pick a card of the day? I have no clue. I guess we'll know when Hillbilly. Well, I guess we'll know when Hillbilly announces the card of the day.
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
Ooh.
Cover in Darkness. This card made me think of the vampire deck that Hillbilly and I have, but he's the one who has more of an upgraded deck going on, and this is pretty solid. It's not super broken, but it makes creatures harder to block.
Nice.
Yes. So Cover Darkness costs a generic and a black. It is an enchantment. And it says, as Cover Darkness comes in play, choose a creature type, like vampires. Creatures of the chosen type, so this works all around the board. Creatures of the chosen type have fear. Fear is creatures can't be blocked except by artifact creatures or black creatures.
Nice.
Pretty solid little combo piece. Though not combo piece, but a really good piece for your decks. Like zombies used to play this card a lot. Vampires can play this card. This is this is makes blocking harder, and I like it. I love it. Want some more of it? I mean, would you play this card, Hillbilly?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And the deck I would play this in is definitely my vampires.
Mm.
For sure.
And the picture looks cool too. Some heavyset man walking through a tunnel with a light in his hand, showing the front of him. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Right.
Yep.
Now, for some pictures of the day, we got when someone talks to you before your morning coffee.
Oh yeah. That's right.
That's how I look at. That's how I look.
Back off.
Back off. Those eyes. That's right. Then there's.
Oh, if I had hair, that's what I'd look like.
a Muppet of a cat. That's right. Muppet. Unleash the joy. That's what Scott says. Yeah. This one's for Hillbilly.
Who wants coffee?
I do. I do. Who wants coffee? Who wants coffee?
I do. I do.
That's right. You tap it on the laptop, Daddy.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's a bad habit I have. Dr. Pepper Zero.
You need a fidget spinner.
Yeah. Brian says, I got a vampire deck that is fun. Hell yeah. Precon. That's pretty cool. Neat card. Hell yeah. Dr. Pepper Zero is my copy. Bob. Ugh, I need a break from work because this keeps breaking scripts in production and causing me a lot of pain. I cannot stand inept coworkers. I'm sorry, bud. That's rough.
Yeah.
All right, I stopped drinking coffee since high school back in 2012. Well, there's always a good reason to start.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I cut back. I used to drink like Derek used to drink it all day long. Now I can only have one cup. That's it. And then I got to cut back on. the dark, like caramel colors, like Coca-Cola. I got to cut back on Dr. Pepper. I got to cut back. But I can have Sprite or clear soda.
Like Starry.
But I can only have a little bit of soda. I can't drink it all day long. I can only have
Why
one
not?
glass. Because of even though I drink diet soda or zero soda,
Yeah.
But so I keep it to. I can't have the dark flavored.
Right.
I can't drink soda all day long.
Well, drink you some Sprite.
Yeah, I like Sprite, and I like that one made by Pepsi. I think they got rid of it though.
It's called Starry.
I can't remember the name of it. The Pepsi made it. Yeah, 7-Up's the best.
7-Up was the best, but now it's called Starry.
Oh, that's
Different
what it's
company,
called.
same product.
No, I got some of that in my refrigerator. My daughter bought a bunch. Starry.
Feel better.
There's a good question in chat right now for MTG Gaming Bob.
Yeah. We'll feel better now. How's your dad coming with learning MTG? My offer stands to help him via Commander Raids. So far, he hasn't got it set up yet. Set up to play. We haven't been able to try to set up to play. We need when he gets it set up, and we can start teaching him, would be good. We had a whole conversation about recognizing cards and trying to learn what basic cards do a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We'll progress more on the learning curve there for sure because I want Daddy else to play some Magic.
Yeah. Well, I got my one deck all put in sleeves.
Yeah.
I just got to shuffle it. I got Super Fast was gracious enough to give me a playing platform,
And play mat, yeah.
play mat, and I just got to figure out how to get my camera hooked up to my laptop, and then get a light so I can see it, and then
Yeah.
I'll start. So I'm on the infant stage. I'm at the door.
Hmm.
I haven't
So,
gone through the door yet, but I'm at the
right.
door.
So Commander Raids is a cooperative format, like Bob says here. His channel partners and his friends put it together, and we have all played it because I've played Commander Raids. Have put it together. It's like a team battling boss monster game where we battle a monster, so no human being is playing against each other. It's all players in the game are facing the boss monster.
Huh.
It's pretty and it's very fun for cooperative gaming. So it teaches you a bit about playing your deck. Sometimes in easier light, sometimes it's rough, varying on what stage and how far you get into the boss monster. 'Cause sometimes you can beat the boss monster pretty fast. Sometimes it's the most grueling thing you can do. Yeah,
Yep.
I feel
Yeah.
Commander Raids is a great way to teach new players MTG mechanics. It does.
Yeah. I have to
Yeah, Commander Raids
get
is a
on.
good Commander Raids is a good teaching tool.
Yeah. So yeah, once we get into that phase where Dad can show off his board state, that'd be a good time to start getting him, because I think Commander Raids would be a good way to start him into the game of Magic. So we have a topic today. The topic of today we've passed up so many times is what are smart ways to collect magic, and I have a little skip. It says what are smart ways to collect Magic the Gathering? We find ourselves living in a low budget world where most of the people are in a low budget state of mind. People still want to collect Magic cards and product. What are low budget mindsets and we should think about when it comes to collecting Magic stuff? For example, I think saving your decks that you build to continue playing keeps you in the game of collecting. Cards are collectible and game pieces at the same time. Anyways, in my mindset, in my eyes, but how do we or should we buy into Magic the Gathering cards? Now, should we invest in a card binder, sleeves, etc.? What are budget ways to do so, etc., etc.? Let's talk about this today. So that was my morning brain working there. So good ways to collect Magic the Gathering. Some people want to get into games. Some of the products too expensive. Some of the stuff you have to do is investing more into your hobby. Um, for example, people like us. Yeah, let's see. I saw Bob's comment. Woo woo. The topic of the day is a complicated one. In short, it depends. Smart does not necessarily mean low budget. Nope, you're right. But that's the point of the little synopsis. The synopsis to kind of guide the topic. So a smart way to collecting the money, Magic the Gathering on a low budget, I think, is like one thing that one of my friends is doing, Mr. JW. Him and his friends are actually investing in some older product that are cheap still that no one's looking into, so they can draft the product and keep the product to themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. So also there like some people like collecting penny sleeves or buying penny sleeves. Penny sleeves used to be $1, and they used to come with 100 sleeves. That's why they're called penny sleeves, because it's pretty much a penny per sleeve. But now they're like a little more than $1, so they're still penny sleeves, but I don't think they're $1 anymore. But like collecting your cards, storage cases like cardboard boxes. What kind of boxes should you invest into your thing? invest into your collection so you can store your collection. What are cheap ways to get into Magic, like buying product other than just singles? Because singles, for the most part, seem to be pretty good down cheap level for a good portion of it, except the money cards that are expensive, which are good, but there are ways to get into. Ooh, everybody's helping out in chat. Well, everybody just went quiet. Like I just asked a question.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So, what are cheap ways to get into Magic the Gathering?
Cheap ways?
Yeah.
Well, cheap ways is to probably buy. Well, most played format right now is Commander. So
Right.
I'd buy a pre-con, learn Commander, and find a group that will only play pre-cons. And then after that, learn the deck, learn how to play the deck, and then go from there.
Right.
Now, if you want to do standard, you could actually download the arena and go through the whole egg blanket.
Yeah, everybody's having brain farts.
You're good.
Go ahead, go through the tutorial. That's what I was looking for. Go through the tutorial on arena, which will also teach you how to play standard.
Right. And I like Bob's comment here too. So low budget collecting is a deep rabbit hole from hanging out in an LGS. People love to give stuff away they don't want, like draft chaff and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping a close eye on auctions, which is a bit risky for sure, but also keeping an eye on Facebook Marketplace for when people are getting rid of the just old collections they don't know much about or just want to get rid of.
Yep.
Also, Amazon dumps, online retailer rewards programs on sales.
Yep.
Oh, Bob, you are amazing on fire today.
Another way you can find some cheap cards is go to flea markets.
Mm.
Sometimes you can find magic cards at flea markets.
Yeah.
That's one thing about a flea market. You never know what you find there.
Yeah, well, the one thing I notice a lot around is the awareness of magic cards and price values has increased so much that it's affected flea markets a lot in my area that I've been to. See, we are somewhat commingling the idea of collecting and playing. The topic is a collecting side, yeah. So like collecting Magic the Gathering doesn't mean playing Magic the Gathering all the time, but like at the same time, I think collecting, one thing a lot of people kind of don't talk about, maybe because it's the boring part, is actually attaining the cards. Now, people will talk about market values. People will show off cards they've gotten from Goodwill, but they don't talk about the ways they try to stick to a budget and buy the cards or scout Facebook Marketplace looking for the right bulk of content kind of thing. Or sometimes it's just fun to go deep into an auction to try to get a bulk sell. But like even Goodwill is known the value of Magic cards. So several weeks back, the wife and I found a box of Magic cards at Goodwill. It was marked for $20, and the box is probably worth about $20 itself, like for the whole collection. But they had a few other boxes there marked for $20, and they were all basically.
Cut out.
Cut out.
Where did I cut out?
You said something. You went right there when you threw your hands up. That's when.
I said okay. I was saying Goodwill had a few other Magic the Gathering boxes in this area, but they were marked for $20 a piece, and they were all basic lands.
Ooh.
All basic lands. Wow.
All basic lands. I mean, some old basic lands. Like if I had to spend my money just to throw away, I would have bought some of them because some of those lands just are cool. From Onslaught era lands, from 3rd edition revised lands. There were some basic lands there from older sets.
So what's the difference between a basic land and a land?
So a basic land has a subtype forest, mountain, island on it. Basically, it comes to play untapped and does nothing else. A non-basic land usually comes to play tapped is either two colors or colorless in general. And it has an ability attached to the land.
Yep.
The worst way to collect empty cards also appears to be the most common way, fortunately, is buying sealed and cracking packs. Yeah, well, if you're buying sealed just to buy sealed, then you're buying sealed to buy sealed. But if you're buying sealed just to crack the packs and collect, it's a little rough. You know, people have that a little dictionary for sure. A basic land is a land, but there are also non-basic special lands. That's a good way to put it too. It's a but like another thing about collecting that it's very mixed in the community for sure. Like what is mixed is the fact that we have people who are older in the game, like me and Hillbilly maybe, who have nostalgia for the game.
Okay.
Who love
This card right here is a basic land. It's just a picture. Every land's got a different picture on it from every
Right.
set. And this other one that's in my hand is a non-basic land. It can tap for a black or a green. And when it's called Woodland Cemetery. Woodland Cemetery enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or forest. So if this is on the battlefield, this other land comes in untapped.
Right. Untapped.
All right,
It's only if I control another basic land.
You'll learn more about basics. They say basic on the card. That's
Yeah.
the most important part.
Right. Mine
All right.
say basic and land.
Yeah, like they say basic land, and a non-basic land just says land, and sometimes has other things going on it. But a basic land will say basic on it.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So back onto what I was saying. We're mixed. We're in a mixed community that's like all together is a confused community. Where like we have older people like me to play and who like the older cards and stuff because of the nostalgia, but who like playing the new game. Then we have a lot of new players who don't have the nostalgia for the game yet, but have the excitement for the game. And the issue kind of spawning between the two is we got the older players who are complaining about the newer players who don't have nostalgia for the game, who can't have nostalgia or you're just new to the game. We got the new players who are trying to learn from the older players who have nostalgia for the game, but they're trying to find their foot in the game. So collecting altogether has become kind of a spaghetti mess because there's been a few people out there who are, or there are a few people out there trying to teach people how to collect Magic the Gathering simply by their own biased opinions, which, don't get me wrong, it's easy to be biased when you have your nostalgia. But there are other people who are newer to the game or played the game for a bit who are trying to teach you how to read the market, when to buy cards, when's a low point, when's a high point, so many ways to invest. Now, getting the Gathering as a collector and a collector base only is an all right idea, but that's to me one of the more expensive ways to get into Magic itself is strictly as a collector, because when you start learning what's collectible and what kind of things you do and want to do, the money starts adding up. Now, I'm not going to tell you that don't go in the game as a collector, because when you start the game, you kind of accidentally become a collector because you start collecting cards to build decks. You're buying cards to improve your decks, and you just end up with a mass of cards. You start buying the packs and stuff, But like I think a smart way to collect Magic the Gathering is to start on your own foot. And I think by that, what I'm trying to say is, like, figure out what you want to do first. And what you want to do first is to get into Magic how you want to. Like, do you want to play Modern? Get into Magic playing Modern. If you have friends in Modern that are getting you into Modern, play Modern. Start collecting that way. Same with Commanders. Start collecting Commanders. Buying precons is not a bad way to start building a collection.
Right.
Be smart and wise about what you're buying, right? Now, are you in the group? Are you in the group of people who are just buying packs for packs, or are you in the group of people buying products for cards, like to get 10 cards? All right. There are a lot of new MTG hobbyists that are trying to establish collections. Unfortunately, I have seen a lot of these newer collectors starting collecting without truly understanding the ecosystem. That is very true, Bob. I highly recommend not getting involved with serious collecting until you have been in the hobby for a few years. That is very, very true, dude.
Yep, wise
I'm
advice.
feeling it.
So,
Ron Simpson, who's that? I'm kidding. Is collecting an afterthought, or do most people get into Magic to collect? So right now, when Magic first started, to answer Ron's question in chat, whoever he is, wink, wink. To answer your question, like when Magic first started, people weren't getting in the game just to collect. People were getting in the game to play the game, learn the game. Their friends were getting in the game, and people were playing in the game. Then collectors started jumping in, like people who wanted to invest in the product. Because what happened is Wizards started reprinting sets to get more cards out to the people, and they started over reprinting. Then the collectors and players stepped in together and got Wizards to create this thing called the reserved list, which are cards that will guarantee never reprint again. So we have this list of not guaranteed never to be reprinted again cards. Different topic, different story before to get into that. So I think that was like the birthstone that said there's collectability in a collectible card game, and it kind of built up, and there a lot of trust came up, and people started pushing forward, playing the game, and started collecting more in the game. And now we're 30 years into Magic. Now we got adult people who are playing from a young age in the game who are collecting their nostalgia, or people collecting their memories, or people who are collecting just fun things that really reach to them.
Yep.
Well, that's the collector base. That's why I think it's a smart idea that when Bob was saying, someone should play for a few years before thinking about collecting. Is we got new people coming into the game, and we have this system of people who are collectors for ages who are teaching everybody how to collect in their own ways and how to invest in their own ways. Well, I don't think it's smart for a new player to come in thinking this is a gold mine and they should just start collecting. And I think a lot of people should come in the game playing first. It's like having a car. You're not going to buy a car just to have it sit in your driveway and look pretty. You want to drive it sometime. I think that's the same with Magic. You want to collect to play sometimes, even if it's only a part of what you do. But I think you want a good time to play the game, get in the game, to be familiarized with the game. Because I know someone in the community who sells and only sells Magic's Gathering product, and when he started, he didn't know a lot about the product, so it was really hindering his sales because people knew he couldn't tell a near mint card from a regular card or what a good card was unless he looked it up prior to what was good in the set. And I know people love attaining cards. I know people love attaining I love attaining product, but I think a smart way to get into the product is to live in the product the way you want to. Solar God.
Yeah. The way I collect is different from the way these collectors collect. The way I collect is I always look at my deck, look how it runs, and then the first thought I get in my head is, what kind of cards would make this deck better? What kind of cards can I put in this deck?
Right.
And then I'll go get that card and I'll do a search, find a card that I think that'll work. Then I go get that card.
Right.
Instead of buying a pack, I'll spend the money on the one card just to make that deck better.
Right. Not a fan. I sold cards for a while, but only open pack cards, so they were mint. Nice. So I think a smart way to get into collecting or buying product, like I think if you want to be a collector nowadays, like, and you want to have fun with it in a different way, like say you want to buy boxes of draft, is to look for the mediocre sets and the cheap sets right away, like on Amazon before they do the dumps. Is when they do, because dumps are usually more standardized sets. It's like you can find boxes of Magic cards, like booster boxes and play booster boxes, probably in the near future, that are selling for lower than the market price. Like that they were. Sometimes they're around $100, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less.
Yep.
I think in today's age, if you want to get into that kind of world, you got to step back from the most recent product lines. The most recent product lines are going to be the most expensive because they're always being pushed to be in front of everybody's eyes. When you got all these other sets now that are past the main sellers hub, the main advertisement hub, where people have their eyes on it. I think that's where things are cooling down, and I think that's a good way to start buying stuff.
Yeah.
But
$130 right here.
Boo, 130. That's actually not horrible for how much they were originally listed.
Yep.
But that's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
See, hunting down old stuff is fun too. Seeing deals that can't be passed up. Damn it! Just when I thought it was out, they pull me back in. Nice. Being a collector now takes a lot of homework and analysis. It used to be simple, but it has become far more complicated. Do your research and be patient. That's a good idea too, because if you're trying to be a collector, you know, like Wizards of the Coast purposely makes cards for collecting now, like serialized cards and different variations of cards, and older product is becoming more limited on the open market field to like what you can find, like, and I'm talking about like 20 years old product.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, real world? I think I think it's become too tough, and I think it's become too tough to collect. So like old product, and it's limited supply. No matter how big the supply was, the demand over exceeds the limit now. And I think the best way to find like loose open cards nowadays is at flea markets and whatnot. But the risk in it all nowadays is the awareness of Magic card prices and the valuableness of cards are higher.
Yep.
Right? So like when it used to be like 15 people knew that cards were valuable in Magic the Gathering, and it's now like 5,000 people know that cards are valuable. So you can't just go to your neighbor's house on a yard sale day and be like, and always find that deal. Here's a bulk lot of Magic cards. Let's sell it for a good deal. They're like, I'm pretty sure that's either been picked out, or it's like picked out by someone at the yard sale, or someone running the yard sale and selling the bulk for money. Because even I do that sometimes. I'll get a bulk collection out, take out what I want, and I'll sell the bulk as cheap as possible.
Yep.
I think people are too aware of that now. You tend to. I'm sorry, little God. Where I want to go with it is sealed product in Yu-Gi-Oh, but that built, and I sold multiple decks and was making about $100-$200 every Saturday just from hustling cards. Nice.
Ooh.
I just ain't got extra screwed to buy Magic stuff. It'd be expensive AF. That's very true. It can be.
Yeah, they can.
Or I could inherit my son's collection of Magic. He has thousands of cards. You know, I don't know if you'll give them up, but you know.
Well, you could always go to his house hog time and take his cards from him.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean,
come to my house, shake his cane at me.
Superfast has seen his collection he used to play back in the day. He doesn't play it anymore, but he just keeps decks around.
Me?
But they're from, yeah. when you were down here, he he broke out his his cubes or whatever that's called.
My deck boxes. We played some Commander.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
Yeah, I brought a couple Commander decks to play with Commander with you with.
yeah,
As
yeah.
my daughter will inherit a few 100,000 cards and a few 100 boxes. Huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one good thing about offspring. You can always pass on stuff that you want to keep in the family.
Yep.
It's the collection. Boom.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah. No, so it's still a good idea. Like collecting is very vague when you say collecting nowadays, but I think a smart way to collect, especially in today's world, is to start looking for the deals. I think the deals is the way to collect nowadays. If you can find good deals online, on marketplace, whatever, go for it. If you got the funds to do it, do so.
Right.
Yeah. So it's better to buy bulk instead of individual picking out individual cards, unless you just want in a card that's worth more than $5.
But it depends on how you collect, how you
Yeah.
want to collect.
You know, I mean, people don't want to collect cards that are worth 25 cents, do they?
Some do.
Some do.
Some do.
That's part of the risk of buying bulk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bulk, you'll get a lot of 25-cent cards, but you'll get a few nuggets, like $1 to $3 cards, or sometimes more. You never know in your area.
Exactly.
Man, you never know when a card will spike later on because of another card that was just printed type thing.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'm at I'm at my infancy of looking at the cards and understanding. I mean, understanding how powerful they are in the game and how if they're worth anything. I'm not. I don't have the cards because they're worth anything because I'm not a collector. I have cards worth collecting. Yeah, probably. But I'm not a collector.
Yeah. Oh, it's not necessary, Kiki dude. It takes years to really understand what is good or bad to buy. That's true.
Yep.
Like it used to be easier to know what was a good product to buy. You can barely see the green top of the Commander Collection green. If I kept that sealed, it would be worth some penny now compared to what it used to be worth. Not too much, but it was a limited product, and that product is what would sell it. It's like you could have a gold clock, and the
Right.
clock would be worth more than the value of gold. But sometimes the clock is worth less than the value of gold, so it's easier just to break down the clock for its gold than it is to sell the clock as a clock at that point.
Yep.
So that's kind of the basics of magic, is knowing when product is worth buying into, or when product is worth breaking open. And that used to be super easy to figure out back in the day, where in today's standards it's not.
Huh. Yeah. See, it's like record collecting because I got a lot of records, and
Right.
I know a lot of them are worth under $1. But sometimes it's the content on the record that's more valuable than the record. And if you want to collect records, or you have to go back. You have to go back and look at the stuff that was put out in the 40s and through the 60s.
Yeah.
You
Well, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think about the fact of it, right? Like records, you can buy records for $1, right? You
Right.
can buy records for less than $1. Sometimes more than $1.
Right.
But imagine the nostalgia people have with those records and why it's worth what it is. I mean, like say you took ABBA. I'm just naming a random band, ABBA, right? They toured. People went to their concerts. People had history with it, and they had songs they loved forever from that album, whatever album it was. and those albums used to be like like $8 a piece or whatever. They
Right.
used to be worth some money. Some values went down to like $1. Some values went up to like varying on the album,
Yeah.
right? And it changes based on the market perceived perception of the album. If it was like one of the greatest albums of all time, it'd be worth money. If it wasn't, it kind of sustains a certain amount of money or drops to $1. That's the same with Magic cards. But now Magic is too fast to have that nostalgia being built and instilled right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Way too fast.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. Yeah. So, yeah. Or you can do too. I mean, you can collect cards and you can have playing cards and
Right.
Well,
that's the point of Magic. Magic is supposed to be both a playing card game and a collector's game.
Yep.
There are people who just strictly play. There are people who strictly collect. But it's best, in my eyes, my opinion, it's best to be in the middle.
Yeah. I know. I got a lot to learn. So,
well, no one's pushing you to be a collector right now.
Right.
So.
No, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
My goal is to play my first game.
Right.
I have the tools. I just got to set them up so I can play, but I gotta understand. I mean, I do understand that to start your turn, you got to tap, and some come in tapped, some come in untapped, and some, but that's about it. I mean, I got to watch more games, to understand.
You definitely need to get your camera set up and everything, and we need to get you to start playing your deck.
Yeah, I got it set up. I have it on a tripod, but I don't have a stick. I don't know what Hillbilly. He showed me before a stick that you put your camera on. Yeah. Is that like one of those selfie sticks?
Yeah, it's kind of like a selfie stick.
You have the box for it still, right?
Yeah, but it's in the other room.
Well, later on, because I can't remember what the stick is, but you send them the information for that.
Yeah.
Like send them the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'll try my camera first and see. I got a place on my dining room table where I could set it up, because I don't know. I have to, adjust it how high. I think I got a 5-foot tripod, but it can go down to 12 inches.
I was playing with a tripod.
Yeah.
And in order to show the cards to my opponents, I had to stick that tripod in between my legs and have my camera on the end of it shining down like it is on this stick here. See how its camera is shining down?
Yeah.
That's so my opponents can see my cards that's on my desk that I'm playing with.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I did use a tripod for a while. A tripod will work, but you can't scoot up onto the table. You have that tripod sitting in between your legs there.
Yeah, but mine shrinks down enough where I think I could put it on the table and put it so.
Well, you want to make sure you want to make sure you got enough room on your table so you can play your cards too, though.
Yeah, I got a pretty big table, so.
Yeah, I wish it was close by just to be able to help you set it up and teach you.
Yeah.
That's several thousand miles away.
Yep.
It's 2,500, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We both driven each other's direction, so.
Right.
It's a long ways. It's even longer for me.
Yeah, Kentucky. You know, I don't know. It's just anyway. I just baby steps. That's it.
Baby steps. That's right. You gotta
Yeah.
have them baby steps.
I think I'm about maybe 2 states away from super fast, but also south too a little bit.
Yeah.
Not too
Iowa.
far away. Same time zone.
Yep, same time zone though.
Yeah, the Iowa State College won the for women's basketball. They won the big prize. They won
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I noticed that with all the advertising they've been doing on Facebook.
Yeah, and Iowa State has the number 1 player in the United States on the women's team. I
Yeah, they've been advertising that too.
Yeah,
But I think the best way to collect is to buy cards that'll help your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the smartest way to collect.
So buy cards that help your deck.
Yep.
That's a way. That's a good way to get into buying singles and stuff like that.
So,
Exactly.
like, I got a red and green deck. I got a red and green deck. I should be looking for red and green cards.
Yep.
That's a good way to start. That deck will eventually need upgrading, but
Yeah.
that's another thing to learn later on. We need to start getting you playing with precons.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you got to get me started playing.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's very true. But thinking of such things and looking at the time, it is time for Hillbilly to chill.
Alrighty. Let me do this real quick. All right. I am doing a giveaway on the 17th for this box of cards. It'll be split between 3 people. Then there's going to be a grand prize of a commander deck. So far, it's looking like all the votes that's on the community post about the commander deck is going to be Outlaws of Thunder Junction commander deck. And therefore, it's going to happen on the 17th of this month, which is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Woo, next Wednesday.
Yep. And other than that, I'm at 200 and no. I keep saying 200 for some odd reason. Dang, it. I'm at 420 subs. I don't know why I'm trying to make myself go back. Dang, it. Yeah, I'm at 420 subs. And make sure you comment on that link of that video that I just shared in chat there, so you can be entered into the giveaway. And I'm sorry for some people, but it's only U.S. residents because I can't afford that shipping. You won't have to pay the shipping. I'll pay the shipping for the cards and the commander deck. I'll pay all that shipping. But you got to comment. They leave a comment on that link, that video link that I just shared in the chat there. And also, you got to be a member of the Discord. And the only reason why I require that is if you win, I got to have somebody contact you and let you know, hey, you won.
Yep.
And other than that, won't be an afternoon stream, but next stream is at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
9 a.m. You going live this afternoon?
No, I'm not going live this afternoon.
All right.
Unless
I
you go
just
live.
asked if you were building a deck.
I'm sorry?
I was just asking if you were building a deck when I had the new stream.
No, I'm going to go live in the morning, but I'm going to work on a new deck for tomorrow.
Okay.
And really, that's well, you don't have to show your cards that you open, but I am curious on what's in the box because I do not know. Box still sealed. Never have opened it. Will not open it until the 17th. And That's really all I have to shill for today.
Chill. All right. Boom. Look at that face.
Hey, thanks for all the good words and advice, and everybody on the chat gave some good stuff out there. So thanks.
Yeah.
And good day, everybody. Have a great day.
All right. So today is Wednesday, so I'm going live at 8 p.m. tonight, playing some video games with you guys. We're gonna play some Spider-Man, progress in the story, try to get some more stuff done, have a blast, go all the way. So until then, I want to thank you guys for joining the show. Thank you guys for commenting, being awesome, being amazing, being part of the show. Bob, thank you for all your amazing comments. Not a Fat, James Willis, Brandon, you guys are doing pretty good. You guys are awesome for hitting the like button. I want to thank Solar God for jumping in. Everybody who jumped in and had a good part of the conversation going on. Brian Fish, thank you for being awesome with us too. And you guys have a wonderful day listening to the Lord and Savior, Megatron.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron.